Visa is slated to soon join the ranks of American Express and Mastercard, filing an IPO with the SEC. Jim Cramer, I want to welcome you to the show.
Good morning, Felicia.
And Jim, you've been pretty bullish on Mastercard,
right.
And I'm wondering if Visa has some parallels to the strengths you see in Mastercard.
Well, first of all, I've liked Mastercard very much. I don't like Mastercard in an environment where Visa's coming public. So this is a real negative for Mastercard. Just because I think people can say, well, listen, I'd rather Mastercard's done. I'd rather be in Visa. But secondly, this is a really poor time to IPO. Just like the Pazina investment, unfortunately, was poor time. Poor time for the investors, good time for the company selling. And Rich Pazina is my friend, so I wish I didn't have to say that. But look, you don't bring an IPO in this market. It's a horrible market. So if it's a horrible market, it shows to me that you really got to get the deal done no matter what. I never want to see deals have to be done no matter what, because that says you're going to get hurt. I have become very cautious of on this market. I've actually spent a lot of time in Mad Money in the last 2 weeks saying, look, I think it's 1990. In 1990, the last thing you want to own is a credit card company. And I also think that while this is a company based on transactions and going from a paper world to a plastic world, people keep misinterpreting that. They interpret it as if it's a Capital One, which is really in trouble, I think. So, I mean, it's just a poorly timed IPO, and I think it's going to take one of the few stocks that are really leading us still here, Mastercard, and make that one more problematic.
What do you think right now about the trend right now, people turning to credit cards because, frankly, they can't get a loan from Washington Mutual, so they turn to a Mastercard, or they open up, they extend their line of credit with Visa. Do you think that in the sense of the consumer demand right now, this is an opportune time for Visa to IPO?
Well, from the sense that other forms of equity, other forms of cash that you could take, including drawing down an home equity loan because your house is appreciated, that is being shut out. I've also been saying to people, and there was a piece by a guy named Michael Perry who runs IndyMac, who took directly a shot at me. He said that Jim Cramer says that people are selling they're walking away from their homes and buying new homes. That's exactly the opposite of what I'm saying. I'm saying they're walking away from their homes because the combination home equity loan and the so-called affordability loan are well above the price of the house, so it makes sense to walk away. People are then renting, and they're using their credit card to be able to live. And that's continuing, but the defaults on the credit cards from Capital One that we got last week were a big, big uptick, much more than they thought. Again, Visa, not really related to that. Visa's more of a case of paper, and it's an international company where there's a lot of people still using paper in these other countries. Still, I come back to it's like, please, don't bring this deal now. That's the last thing we need.
And not good for Mastercard.
Not good for Mastercard.
All right, thanks a lot, Jim Cramer. Some insight and analysis on the Visa IPO. You're watching Wall Street Confidential on TheStreet.com TV. Don't go away.